Hi guys, Lee here with another video for you today. I have 10 unexplained creatures on tape, and I'll provide this link in the video notes below. The first one I get to, number 10, the Rake. This is not the Rake, people. This is the monster from the X-Files. Remember when Mulder chops him in half with the door in the sewer? That's him. So that's not the Rake. The Rake has long fingers and he's very, very tall. This video's been removed. I have seen this one. I can't play any of these videos because of copyright law, but I'll provide the link. You can go play each one. I have seen this video before. This creature peeks out from behind the corner and then he zooms back the other way. I think it's in the catacombs of Paris or something like that. England, North England. This video comes from inside a sewer in North England. Okay, this is in England. That's removed. The Shadow. I haven't seen this one at all. Probably a Shadow Man. Stick creatures. Never heard of that. This one is very interesting. Indian Superman. I played it and this guy flies up in the air. You can see him fly. And then he comes back and people are screaming. So it may be fake, it may be real, but it's still very interesting to watch. Number 3, I've seen this one also, where this white angel-like creature comes down and lands in the parking lot, if that's the one I'm thinking of. And then it goes back up. Fallen angel, and number 1, an Iceland worm monster. A worm that swims in ice. Okay, let's go to the next tab. This is the Borg cube around the sun. So pretty soon we may be getting invaded by the Borg. It may be NASA blocking out something, but this one in particular, that doesn't look like a block from NASA. That looks like an actual cube floating in space. I don't know if you remember the Borg, where they say, we are the Borg, you will be assimilated, your biological and technological distinctiveness will be added to our own. Resistance is futile. That's the Borg. And there's a lot of pictures here. What I typed in to get this is cube around the sun, and all this comes up. Let's see what we got over here. Oh yeah, this is the ghost stories. And I'm going to show you, this is in Firefox. This can only be done in Firefox. This add-on is called Text-to-Speech, TTS. Once it's installed in your Firefox, if you use Firefox, or use for y'all people that use Google Chrome, sorry, it won't work. And I haven't found any add-ons that work, any extensions that work nearly this good in Chrome. What you'll do, if you wanted to read, is highlight it. Let's start from the bottom, very short. And then go there, and then hit the little green arrow, the little green speaker icon.
Whether or not you thought 2016 was actually a scary year, we now have evidence that, at the very least, some people had a pretty spooky time. A recent Reddit thread asked users to share their most remarkable paranormal experience of the last year. The discussion took place on /r/paranormal, Reddit's hub for ghost stories, and the stories these Redditors brought to the table didn't disappoint. We're never ones to pass up a good ghost story, so we couldn't resist rounding up our favorite responses. From maybe possibly haunted dogs to disappearing fruits, these stories run the gamut of scary. We just wish we could have been there to help these Redditors get rid of their unwanted ghosts. Oh, and we hope you're reading this in a well-lit area and maybe under a blanket.
So grab your blankets, folks, and put every light on in the house if you read these articles. Begin slideshow. Okay, let's do one more, and then I'll wrap up this video. This is especially good for when your eyes are tired and you really don't want to read. This is good for that.
When I was 3, my parents moved us into a new neighborhood. The house was nice, but kind of old. The neighborhood was an old 50s tract home area, so it had a pretty varied group of people living there. As soon as we moved in, my dad started noticed weird things with me. He would hear me giggling and laughing in my room, and whenever he went in and asked what was so funny, I would tell him that the kids were being funny. He would also come in to wake me up and find me curled up in the closest. This happened over and over again, but my parents didn't think much of it because I was a pretty imaginative kid. The thing that wigged them out the most was that I flat out refused to walk out the front door. I would scream and yell and cry until one of my parents carried me in and out of the house. When you walked in the front door, to the right there was a closet and to the left there was a low brick wall that separated the front door from the living room. It was about 4 feet high and about 3 feet long, just a room divider, but I never touched it or wanted to be near it. After we had lived there for a few months, my dad started making some renovations to the house. Among them was demolishing the wall. My parents dropped my brother and I off with our grandparents the day they were going to do it so that we wouldn't be underfoot. We didn't end up going home for a week. When my dad knocked down the wall, he called the police. Inside the brick wall were bones that turned out to be from children. The cops never did figure out who put them there. The house had been owned by a lot of people, many of them who had rented it out, so it's just one of the many weird things that happened in my town that was never figured out.
So if those kids were murdered and buried in the wall, it's pretty safe to say that that house is haunted. I need to call Zach, Nick, and Aaron and go over there and do a paranormal investigation. Of course, I'll ask Zach if I can join in. Alright, well, that's enough fun for today. If you like this video, like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.